Are live.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
What an excellent day for an exorcism.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
We have such sights to show you.
Who's laughing now? I'll drive you crazy. I'll kill you all. Nightmare you ever had. I am your worst dream come true. I'm everything you ever were afraid of.
They're here.
Heyo. Happy 2023, Marlene. How are you?
Happy New Year. I'm good. How are you?
Happy. Doing well. I am it's actually friggin' cold over here. I'm not gonna lie. It's cold and it's dark now all the time because of the hours change. But you know what? It's a new year, so no complaining, just good stuff.
I started a 30-day challenge, yoga challenge, so hopefully I can do it. I'm on day 2.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
What do you call it? What kind of a challenge is so far? Is it like just to do it, or is there like certain routine they want you to do?
No, so every day is different, and her name is Adrian, Yoga with Adrian, and at the beginning of the year she does a 30-day challenge.
Nice.
And
That's a good way to start the year off. Something positive.
Yeah,
I like that.
The first time I did it, I built muscle. So like my skin, like my legs weren't so flabby, which is nice.
Will you repeat that last part a little bit?
Like my legs were not too flabby, you know, like when you have like the little jiggle.
Oh yeah, I know that feeling. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my arms down because I don't want to show it off. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Well, I think I used to do weights, but yoga, use your own body weight. So I think it was better for me.
That's good. Okay, that's a very good thing. I'm gonna close that. I'm sorry, my internet's being a little funky right now. Sorry, guys.
How many tabs do you have open?
I've got one now. I got 2 because I have the picture saved to the other one.
Yeah.
But it's just the internet in my area lately has been just terrible. It's the weather's been messing with it. The power went out 2-3 days ago now. Yeah, like 3 days ago, and it just like randomly like would go on and off. So it's just a little headache.
Oh, no.
But you know what? It looks like it's a lot better now. So let's get into the meat of this one because there's a lot of gossip in this one and a lot of reality to a true crime. I'm gonna put it that way. How about that?
So this is I think this is the only case we have talked about that changed television forever. Like this was the case that changed it because I remember growing up and looking at those reality shows and I love them. Like there's supposed to be more coming out, but because of him, they had to really change it.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, there was it was like a real sudden stop too. Like it was like someone turned the off switch off and just done.
Which I thought it was unfair. Like I understand what happened to her, but there's so many people working in that production. So many people lost their work.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely not fair to everyone involved, and it's definitely like it's not like they were gonna try to make money off of an unfortunate situation. They just want a continuation of the show of what they were doing. Hey Gary, how you doing? Happy 2023 to you as well. Excuse me. But of course, guys, we are talking about a reality TV show. I guess he was a star because he was on a couple of them.
Yes.
He was a like a B celebrity. Ryan Jenkins. Am I pronouncing that right?
I think it is.
Yeah, Jenkins. The late Ryan Jenkins. Because he does not end well.
No, I was upset how it ended because I wanted justice. I was like,
Yeah,
I
I definitely agree.
But the last show he was in is I Love Money 3, and they never even aired it.
Yeah, was it the entire season didn't go?
Yeah, and they didn't even edit.
Oh my god, I remember I don't want to say what I remember last because it's like towards the end of the story, so I'll save that. But I mean, this guy was a Canadian, who liked the glitz and glamour. I mean, that's not uncommon like across the world. People like to be in the spotlight. There's nothing wrong with that. Just the rest of his personality.
He was very arrogant.
100%.
That was like one thing. And the weird part of it was that he had like 300 people at his funeral. Oh wait, am I jumping ahead? I'm jumping ahead.
Well, I mean, we all know how the story is gonna end. Like he's not around making a redemption story, guys. He's not writing books for children, for free or anything. He's dead. He is dead.
But he was such a charismatic person. He was like a sociopath.
Oh, 100%. Like the first thing I saw of him, I don't think this is too much. Like it was, I Want to Marry a Millionaire. The first one I remember.
Megan wants to.
Yeah.
I like the concept of that show. I think I would want to go on that.
You try to find yourself a millionaire now?
Yes.
All right, I would do too. Yeah, I would totally.
Who wouldn't? I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah, I'm looking for an older lady who wants a sugar baby. I'm okay with that.
Well, I saw she put up Megan Hauserman. Let's start with her real quick because she started in Rock of Love season 2. And from that, she got other TV shows. And then, like, somebody came up to her, like, we're going to give you your own show. Because, like, she said that she wanted to be a trophy wife. Yeah. And they laughed. And they're like, oh, that would make a good show. So they gave her her own show. And, like, that's what happened. Like, he was a contestant.
Yeah, let me see if I want to get a picture of her up, too, real quick.
Yeah, she is stunning. Like she's like the Y2K Playboy bunny, like that's what I want to look like. She was really funny on the show.
Did I get the right girl here?
Yes.
Yeah, that's her, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm honestly like my knowledge of reality TV is very limited, I'm not gonna lie. But once you kind of dive into like how you said, she got the spinoff from the other show, and how not only the spinoffs, but like other, and I don't want to say copycat shows, but like clones kind of popped up, like Flavor of Love, Rock of Love.
It was the same production company, so it was 21 Minds. They all did that.
Yeah, and it really worked. Like they were not slowing down until this situation.
No, I remember I used to love that. Like from picking to watch The Bachelor or watch like Rock of Love or Flavor of Love. Have you seen any of them?
Oh, I watched Flavor of Love. And I will watch that way more than The Bachelor. Oof.
I still rewatch that. Like, I think I saw like maybe 2 seasons of The Bachelor, but it's not the same as like.
No.
This is like the golden era of reality TV show.
There is a dark side to all that reality because then Tila Tequila got famous, and I had a big crush on her growing up. Thought she was adorable, and it's like, she's crazy.
She's not bi.
She's just insane. She's an insane person. Like, not good stuff. I did not know any of that growing up. I was like, oh, pretty lady. And they're like, no, should not have. No, it's bad, all bad. But there's no denying that it grew such a large audience that I couldn't even.
I wonder if that's the same production.
Who did hers? I believe so. Yeah, because hers was Shot of Love. I remember.
So they created a beautiful time for reality TV shows, which I still watch. Like some of the things are still on Tubi. And Megan, what?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no. Keep going.
Megan Hauserman, she uploaded the episodes of Megan Wants a Millionaire.
Oh my gosh.
Because it was only going. She only has like 2 episodes, and I watched it, and I think I would have loved it, like if I watched it when it came out. But they only did 3 episodes, and then they pulled it because of what happened with Ryan.
Yeah, it's I kind of again, I do get why they would do such a thing though. I don't fault them for that.
Yeah.
But so where did she put her stuff up then? Like where did that go?
On YouTube?
Oh, okay. So it's just she has all control over it.
I think she only had like 4 episodes or 5, but she was really traumatized by everything that she didn't want to be famous anymore. She didn't want to look at them, and it took her a really long time to get over it.
I don't blame her. Yeah, that's a crazy situation to have yourself in, because if what I heard was correctly, like he didn't win that show, but she actually really cared about him.
Yeah, she was planning on picking him, but if you notice those TV shows like I Love New York and all of them, they all had a 3-season deal.
Oh yeah.
So they had 3 seasons, and she signed up for 3 seasons, and the production was like, hey, you can pick him, but you're not going to have a TV show anymore.
Yeah, and then yeah, so they convinced her to pick one of the other, like of the final 3 or something like that.
Yeah.
And that guy, do we have his name? Do we know the first one?
The Ty something, I forgot his name, but
basically just a normal guy though,
Yeah.
comparatively speaking though. Like nothing wrong with him. He wasn't what she was looking for in reality,
No,
but not on reality TV.
She had a connection with Ryan, and the production was telling her also that he's acting different from like when he's with her than with the other people, and he's not a fan favorite, and you can't pick somebody. Like the audience is going to hate it, and they're not going to watch for season 2. So it was just a span of 3 days. She thought like, okay, I'm going to let him go, and then when this is over, I'm going to call him. And it was just 3 days, right? So he kept blowing up her phone, and she didn't answer because she's being watched by the cameras and everything. So after she calls him, he tells her, guess what? I met the love of my life. I'm married.
That is what's
That
like
was crazy.
Because it's literally like what, no more than a week, and then all of a sudden, yeah, why
like,
not?
Do you imagine you're like, okay, I'm just gonna have like 3 days, and I'm gonna explain everything that happened. I can finally talk to you. What's gonna happen in 3 days? And she calls him, and he's like, I met the love of my life, and we got married.
It says that's not what he was. Wait, what do you call it? Something happened in The Bachelor or The Bachelor? No, Gary. This is a totally different animal here. This is
Yeah, this is like trashy reality TV show that I love.
Yeah, I think it's more like it would be the equivalent of like America's Got Talent or America's Funniest Home Videos, because one of them takes some talent to do, while the other one takes some luck and a little bit of moxie.
Hey,
this one takes a little more moxie.
Hey, they need to have talent for me to be entertained.
I don't know. Some of these people were. I remember the girl who spit on someone else. I forget her name.
Pumpkin.
What was it?
Pumpkin.
Oh yeah, it was Pumpkin, because I met her here in Bakersfield because she was living here for a while.
What? How did that go?
Oh, she's a terrible human being.
Oh, she?
No, she's a horrible person.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah. No, it's not good.
Well, I need to know what happened.
It was at a party. I can't really go into it. It was it's a whole thing.
Okay, tell me off air, please.
I'll tell you later. Yeah, it's just not my scene.
Oh my gosh.
But,
fangirling.
What do you call it?
You met Pumpkin.
Back to the correct person here with Ryan and his wife. I believe her name was Jasmine.
Yeah, she looks like a Barbie.
She's really pretty.
So I think with Ryan, I think the psychology about him being on the show is what happened was like he felt so hurt because he was so arrogant. Look, this is how he described himself. He said like he's a little bit Prince Charming, a little bit bad boy. And I was like, that is such a red flag. If a man said that to me, I would be like, no.
But what if he also had millions of dollars though?
He didn't. he didn't have millions of dollars because the competition of that show was that they had to spend money. And by the time they got to the, like, when he was third, they were at a charity auction and he didn't want to spend money. And she was like, hey, like, why aren't you spending money? Like, the show is Megan Wants a Millionaire.
Yeah. Yeah. He was lying, right? The entire time.
He did not have money. Like, his family had money. So he knew what a good life was, but he had nothing.
So, yeah. That's another thing, guys. If you're trying to lure someone out there with your money, you probably should have money to do so. Otherwise, get a sense of humor, and it works out. So don't worry about it. There you go.
But I think it did affect him because he was so arrogant that he didn't win, that he went for another blonde, like, copy of Megan to see, like, I still won.
Yeah, I mean, and Jasmine wasn't, like, just a nobody person. She was like a party promoter in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
and
she was a promo model. Like, she did a lot of swimsuit.
I mean, she's very pretty. I mean, she's got that, especially the 90s look right there. Like, it's pretty much down to a T.
Yeah,
and a lot of people really like her. She really does.
So, like, she actually, since she was in that scene, she actually dated a lot of men with money.
Yeah. And
so, like,
what do you call it? What's that? One more time?
So she knew what it was like to date somebody with money.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like she knew the lifestyle, but again, like you said, he's kind of a sociopath. So he knows what to do to kind of lure people like that in, like become what they want, sort of situation. Not like she's a bad person for wanting that, because it's okay to like what you like.
Yes.
But he knew how to manipulate that. That's the thing.
On one of the episodes I did see on YouTube, he did say, like, he has to get married right away because he's Canadian.
Yeah.
And he needs a green card. And I think that's one of the reasons, too, they got married pretty quickly, Jasmine and Ryan. But he did promise her $10,000 a month, which he never gave her.
What do you call it? That is a weird marriage proposal, by the way. I don't think I've heard many, like, I've heard like, oh, I'll love you to the end of my days and I'll give you everything I can. But I've never heard like, I will give you a monetary amount a month if we get married.
Well, that seems a little weird. How they did it in the old days. Didn't they like give each other cows or something?
No. The lady never got anything. It was to the family. Like the wife's family or the fiance's family had to give the man's family stuff. A dowry. So technically it was the other way around. She should have been giving him stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's not that off because I feel marriage is like a business. And I'm like, I think about it as like, I want to marry somebody where I'm going to be like in a good situation because I work hard and I see other people get married and they're like the wife and they're taking care of the husband and they're not doing anything. And I'm like, I wouldn't want to be in that situation.
Yeah, it's not good either. It's definitely, you're absolutely right though. I mean, you file taxes together, you can go to court together and not testify. It is a contract.
Is it in California that when you get married, like the spouse will get all the debt you have?
Yeah, you incur it together. It becomes
unless
your
you get
debt.
A prenup.
I think even then, like a lot of the times, they don't really help a lot. Like. There's been so many cases where prenups happen and then it's still just split down the middle because marriage is such a weird thing. Like when
it's a business, like
it really is.
I know love should be in there, but I think of it as a business. So like when she had her TV show, Megan Wants a Millionaire, I'm like, yeah, that's wonderful. Where do I sign up?
What do you call? Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad way to look at it. I mean. Yeah, you're ensuring a little future happiness if you take care of that stuff anyway, you know?
Yeah.
And then Gary, this actually, I believe Megan Wants a Millionaire was
2000s. Like that whole era was a Y2K. I don't remember 2008, 2007.
I think 2008. But I mean, they still have that 90s look to them, I think, a lot of these people.
I think that's why I love rewatching it because it reminds me of my childhood.
I know this isn't the best picture of him, like to what he would look like, but look at the hair. Look at the spiky hair. Okay, that's 90s. Like put some frost tips on that, and he's right out of the 90s. I'm sorry.
So is that the mugshot from Canada?
I believe so. Yes, This comes from the article that I was reading about after everything happens, like the end of the story. So we'll go into that towards the end.
Let me get back into the reality show real quick. So
yeah,
for them to get on it, they need to pass a background test.
Oh.
And they do have like a company that they do that, but he was Canadian. So he didn't have a lot of stuff here in the US.
Okay, so you think that's how he kind of slipped through? Because he had priors, right?
He did, but in Canada, and it was like he abused his ex-girlfriend, but the father had it expunged. So like the company 51 Minds, the company they used to, I lost my train of thought. The 51 Minds sued the company that helped do the background check, because they're supposed to do it everywhere, not just here in the United States.
Yeah, especially for a citizen of another country. Come on.
Yeah, so with this case, it changed that in reality. So they also have to, from now on, if you're on a reality TV show, you need to pass a psych test. Also.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So like I found this case interesting how it changed everything.
So does that apply for like the baking shows too? Because those are technically reality shows.
I imagine, because you're under pressure.
That's a very good point. I mean, there's people who are betting their entire careers and futures on those competition shows.
Yeah, so like they need to know you're going to be able to lose, because more often than not, you're going to lose.
There's usually one top winner.
If you're smart, like I think of like New York or Megan, how they just played a role and they were able to make their own show out of it.
It's true.
Like,
yeah,
they knew what the game was.
Yeah, and your popularity kind of shields you from actually losing, because then you move on to other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad point. And then you see a lot of like, so I don't know if they even have enough safeguards in place, because you look at like, what was the family that just got taken down for tax evasion? It was a reality TV show like that was happening now. Not the Duggars, but they're not very good either.
Oh, they had the sex, like wasn't the son?
The son was a bad person, very bad person. But there's another one that was.
Hold on, I just found it really irresponsible. They had so many kids.
I've never cared for that situation. I mean, I understand like, oh, we love a big family, but I just think it's so. It just doesn't sit right with me.
It doesn't sit right with me, because there's so many kids like who would want to be part of that family, who would want to be adopted or in the foster system. So like it just bugs me.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna have that many kids, I'm probably gonna adopt before.
Me too.
Make my wife be pregnant for 20 plus years of pregnancy. That's insane.
Well, it's because they didn't believe in birth control. But
can you believe in getting off of her once in a while? Jesus,
I mean,
leave the lady alone. Learn to like read a book together.
Pull out game week. No, just kidding.
Seriously, like honestly, if I marry a lady and it's like, lady, every time we go to do that, you're popping up another baby. We're not going to do that very often.
But the thing is, like, you've never taken an aspirin. You've never taken antibiotics. I mean, like, you might as well like stop with all of that too, or vitamin.
It's kind of it kind of makes sense in that point. Yeah, like if you don't want this, why are you okay with that? Yeah. Oh, anyway, sorry, that's a tangent and a half right there, but
no, it's related because it's reality, and like sometimes like you see something and you don't know what's going on, and then later on you find out like that family did have a crime.
It is nefarious, yeah. It definitely fits. You're right. You are absolutely right.
I made it fit.
Oh my gosh, you need your own reality show of just pointing out these other reality people. I think that's what it'd be. Boom, boom, boom.
You know, I've been thinking of that. It's like, you know what? I've been doing this the wrong way, because when you're an actor, you don't know when you're going to work or something, and a lot of people don't succeed. But if I was a reality star, you know, more money.
There you go. Yeah, and then you build your own projects. You know.
Yeah.
You build your own audience. That's exactly what that's what we've been doing for years. It helps. It helps. But back to this. Okay, where were we at last? We were at right after he lost, but then got married.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been such a red flag for me, because not only that, he gave her, when they were filming the show, he gave her his phone number, his cell phone number. So they would talk off camera for hours, and she told him, I'm gonna pick you. But then the producers found out that she was gonna pick him, and they were like, no, you're gonna ruin this and you're gonna stop a lot of work for a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, she kind of should have understood what she was signing up for too. I mean, it is more about the show.
I think she didn't expect to find somebody she liked.
That's a good point. Yeah,
And
it's rare.
I think she said that she was gonna have him as a secret boyfriend and then do the shows, which I think it's fine because it's reality, it's produced, you know.
It's no different than, like, I don't know, WWE when they have like people that are working together on the show and then they're married in real life and stuff. It's no different.
Yeah. Or sometimes it is very produced where they make the situation happen, like they have the ingredients, you know. Like
Gosh, yeah.
on one of the TV shows, like one of the spinoffs, it was Daisy of Love from Rock of Love, and a skunk went inside. And the production, they asked the production, like, did you do that on purpose? They're like, we saw the skunk coming in and we didn't take it out. Like, we just left it. Like, it was something they didn't plan for, but they didn't help either.
It's not a bad call. A little drama, a little skunk drama never hurt nobody.
It's really funny.
What do you call it?
But
Then
I
they
would
have
be freaking out. Like, do you imagine?
Okay, this is God, another tangent. When I was a kid, when I was a baby, apparently my family went camping and a skunk got into the campsite, and I was in one of those like car seats, like on the ground, you know, just hanging out with the family, just because I couldn't do anything anyway. And they all ran off and they forgot about me. So I was hanging out in the campsite with the skunk. Allegedly, I do not remember. I was too young.
Were you sprayed?
I don't think so. I think one of my uncles ran back, like once he realized what happened. So
well,
he like
you didn't move. You're a baby, not a toddler.
I was just seriously like maybe 2 years old. I'm told. I do not remember the story. My brother probably could tell me better because I remember absolutely nothing from the skunk incident. And I've dealt with skunks since, and I've never been sprayed. So maybe they like me. I don't know.
Maybe. I find them terrifying. How long
the show was only one season, though, right?
They did finish it, and it came out 3 episodes in is when everything hit the fan.
That's okay. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
So they had to pull back, and they were like, "We're not going to show the rest of it out of respect for Jasmine and her family." Yeah. And I understand, but I did feel bad for Megan because she said, like, after that, like, she understood why they took the show, but then she lost so many deals because nobody wanted to be associated with her, like, because of him.
That's rough.
And
I mean, things like that happen. Like, there was a it was a slow cooker commercial and product. You know, the pressure cookers, just regular household appliance, right? Mm-hmm. Well, they were about to launch a new one right when the Boston bombing happened. And if you remember, the Boston bombing was homemade explosives inside of pressure cookers. So when that happened and kind of took over the news, the company and the marketing department was like, there's absolutely no way we're going to be selling a pressure cooker right now. And the entire product got scrapped. And I'm assuming a few hundred people lost jobs and money. If not a few thousand people lost money and jobs from outside circumstances that had absolutely nothing to do with them. It's not like they did anything wrong, but they still have to suffer the consequences of the reality of what's going around them.
Over somebody that did something horrible that you have nothing to do with.
No control. Yeah, exactly.
And for me, I think because Megan was interchangeable with that woman, it could have been her. Like, I feel like he could have done that to her too.
Yeah. Yeah, which is it's a terrifying thought, but it's true.
So she said that she felt like after that, like she broke down, like she dyed her hair. She pretended not to be herself. Like when people would go up to her, she pretended she wasn't that person. So it was like, I can't imagine finding out somebody you dated, somebody who you thought like you were going to spend a long time with.
Is a straight up psychopath murderer. Oh my gosh.
And they asked her, like, how was he like? And she said that he was so calm and collective. He was so charming and nice. And sociopaths do that, you know.
It's true. I mean, they will put on the facade you want to see until they get what they want. And lucky for her, and unfortunate in the entire situation, it went the way it did, because like you said, it could have been worse.
It's one of those things where it happened. I can imagine her talking to him on the phone when he said he got married, like her heart breaking and dropping. But she was saved from something so horrible, because the way Jasmine was found and how she died, that was horrible. So I think it was one of those things where like the universe protected her.
I think you're excuse me. I think you're right. Oh gosh, I don't know if this is okay. No, it doesn't pop up, but they have oh god. If you type in on there, like one of the first things that pops up when you type in Jasmine Fiore, I cannot pronounce her last name, I apologize. Is death photos.
Fiore? They have the photos?
No, not that I'm not seeing them at least, and I'm not gonna look too deep. I think it's gonna be okay not to see them.
Yeah, I'm not gonna see them, but I didn't even know they had them.
Yeah, it's I'm sure if I dig deeper, I'm sure they're on here somewhere, but I think I'm gonna leave it alone.
Yeah, it's okay. We don't have to see them.
I appreciate that.
For her family, I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, not. Oof. Yeah, it's just rough. There's a lot, and I do appreciate that with a lot of court cases, though. As long as the media doesn't get involved right away, that they lock that stuff away for only in court and not to be displayed to public, because I understand the need for transparency, but I also understand the families deserve their privacy and their chance to grieve in private.
And some people see that stuff as misery porn. So like you know what I mean? So I respect the family. They don't have to show it. Like I understand why they took off the show, but it kind of sucks that the whole production just went down. The production company, like they were supposed to be I Love Money 3, which was unfair to all the people who were on it. And then I Love New York 3, which had nothing, like New York didn't even meet him.
No. It's just, it was a matter of the publicity was too bad to carry on such a large group. And honestly, it was a content that was already like on a very small teeter. Like if anything went wrong, it's going to fall over, like a lot of things. Like I say Netflix right now, if anything goes wrong with Netflix, they have one really bad film that's their $100 million ones that they're doing all the time. Their $1 billion production they're building in Florida right now. One thing goes wrong, all of Netflix disappears. Like it's one of those situations that, especially the entertainment industry, really builds themselves up this thought like, oh, it's too big to fail. No, it's very easy to fail.
Yeah, it just made me think like how people say you're in control, but you're not. Like you're talking about the cooker? Like those, how could you ever imagine something like that could happen? You know?
Yeah, it's impossible.
So I feel like some things happen that are supposed to happen, because with this, like the silver lining about this case was like now it's more strict to get on a reality TV show.
That is good. And real quick, Gary says closer, the same thing. Help me out, Gary. Give me a little more details on that question. Yeah, give me a little more details on that question, because I'm not sure. But we don't have to go into the murder just yet, because we're still in the part where they are strained, and he's showing his true colors to Jasmine because they were fighting. I believe he like hit her and pushed her into a pool or something.
So they would cheat on each other, by the way. So she kind of went off to California because she was kind of done with him, but then he went after her and he convinced her. But he would like hide her clothes and stuff like that, so it would look like a bachelor pad, and then bring girls there. And then he would make sure it was like around the time she would go home, so she would see it.
Wow. Like
such a sociopath.
That's I don't understand that kind of the thought process for that kind of stuff. It never clicks in my head. It doesn't make sense. And that's
with that apartment, she was getting tired that she was paying all the bills. Like he wasn't paying anything, and she was promised the $10,000 a month. So she was not getting any reward, anything he promised. But at the beginning, he would throw like these huge lavish parties, and she started to question like, hey, where's the money coming from? But it was like the parents' money, and then he would like, I guess he would get like an allowance or something. He was an only child, by the way.
So he's a little spoiled then too. It's a little
I'm an only child, but like I don't think I ever got an allowance. Like I would.
Have you ever like promised someone money to marry you though too? So come on, don't worry.
Ooh, next, have that on my list.
Like depending on how much, I'll move to Arizona like today. All right, you just let me know. But
20 grand.
real quick. Oh, all right. Well, I'll go have to quit the show because I have to get over there. I'll see you guys later.
And tumbleweeds because we have lots of.
But no, for real. But when you said the money thing though too, like I'm assuming when she got married or when they got married, she probably stopped working. You know, she probably did a lot of stuff for him.
I think she still did work because she was paying off the apartment. She left where she was. Where did they meet? They were in Las Vegas where they met. And then she went to California.
Excuse me. Oh no. Gary, closure. Yeah, closure for the family. That's more in the terms of like the pictures being online of like this goes for any case like this, or any kind of murder case where you try to show as little to the public as possible so the family can have their privacy. No matter how horrible the situation is, you deserve that kind of privacy, I think.
Yeah, there's one case I've been wanting us to do, but I forgot the name of it. And they do have pictures of the dead body, but like if we did talk about it, I would tell you to please not show the pictures out of respect, because I would feel really bad.
Yeah, there are some that do get out there, and it's very rough. It is just unbelievably rough.
Because I mean, the family already went through that hard thing, right? And then plus put in that stuff too, where it's like all out there.
Yeah, it's unbearable to think of that. I couldn't imagine that being for someone I know or someone I cared about. You know, it just.
Well, I also think of it this way: like how many people were stunned, like the way Megan felt that he was just like this cool and calm, collective guy, and then you found out like he murdered somebody, and he's out on the run. Like I think both situations are hard. Oh, I didn't see it.
Sorry, it was popping up real quick. Time to figure out someone's a serial killer. It's too late and you're dead. But the killer before they kill you. That is a very interesting thought because it's like the joke. You pick up a hitchhiker and they ask you, aren't you scared that I could be a serial killer in your car now? And you reply, that's crazy because what are the chances of two serial killers being in the same car? So it's excuse me. I think that's not always true though, because if you look at some serial killers that we even covered on the show before, like Richard Chase, or if people actually like talk to him in person, I think during that time period, even like Charles Manson, there's definitely signs that there's something wrong with some of these people, and that you shouldn't be around them. Or
but
Robert
do you think Ryan would become a serial killer?
No, I think this guy is just a sociopath, and that's where it goes into it's too late. Like
I think he had a big ego too, because one of the things was that Jasmine was getting tired of paying everything, and her last boyfriend, I forgot his name, but he had a lot of money. He had a private jet. So like,
oh yeah, she dated a lot of like celebrities and stuff, didn't she?
She dated a lot of celebrities, and I think in the last altercation, he found out like she wanted to leave, and she called the ex-boyfriend like, "Please take me in your private jet. I want to leave. I don't want to be here anymore, and we'll go together." And she was planning to run away with the ex-boyfriend with a lot of money. And I see Ryan as somebody like I feel like he already lost with Megan. And that was his revenge, marrying Jasmine. And then Jasmine to do the same thing, to leave him for somebody richer, like the psychology of Megan wants a millionaire and like getting the millionaire. And then having it again for somebody who had a big ego, that was hard on him.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I think even like I don't remember where I heard this. Like he even joined in on the next reality show, I Love Money. Yeah, and he was planning, like he told her he was going to give her all the money to stay with him and like gonna try to make it work.
So, yeah, the producers were watching this and they were laughing at the beginning because they were like, this guy is so in love with his wife. Like he wants to win for her, and he was starting to get jealous. So like the storyline started to change because he started to get jealous, and he kept saying like, I'm going to win this money for us. And he actually did win the money.
Yeah.
Like he was such a sociopath. And one of the girls that was on Rock of Love, she said she teamed up with him, so she knew she could have like get up there, you know, try to win. Like he was a good alliance. But she said she was so surprised because after that they kind of kept a friendship, and she rides horses, and he was like, Jasmine loves riding horses. Like we have to go together. And the day she texted him was the day he killed her, and he said like she was busy. The work planned another day.
Jeez.
I think they had the plan to go ride horses, but he was like, "Oh, we're busy right now. We'll plan it like rain check."
Gosh dang, that's just insane. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, so that would take us to the day of, which was August 15th. Yeah. No, her body was discovered on August 15th. Do we know when she was killed? Was it basically the same day, or I'm not seeing?
Wait, August 15 she was found in a what was it? The luggage?
Yeah, it was a suitcase.
A suitcase.
Yeah.
And they said it's like a very small one, so
I mean, this is messed up, but she was a petite girl, and when you're dead, you're not really worried about comfortability. And he was not a good person, so I'm sure he had no problem, you know, folding a human being up.
But not only that, he took away her fingers, her teeth.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't recognize her. So he had a 3-day head start from everyone.
Yeah.
But they were able to ID her because, do you know?
Yeah, I know. I want you to say it though. You go ahead, tell him.
Breast implants.
What do you call it? Breast implants, indeed.
Do you remember one time you and Lex were telling me about the story, how they were able to find the killer because of the breast implants? Is this it?
Oh my gosh. I think this might be it. Oh my goodness. Okay,
Which
so
you would never think of. And I'm like, maybe I should get them to be safe. So they find my killer.
maybe. The FBI estimates that there are at least 300. I got to read this one because this is 300 serial killers cruising for victims in America at all times. Actually, Invisible Stranger, I've heard the exact same quota right there, and I think it absolutely is true. Just in California alone, you can go to here in Bakersfield, Fresno, multiple cases in Los Angeles because of how big the area is and the small cities that are there, and find cases of what really is fucked up is low-income minority women who are not being taken care of and are usually either human trafficking victims or just working the streets, and no one gives a shit about them, which is really irritating. And they go missing, and no one does anything. So you have a perfect group of people who are getting hurt, police not putting any research into it or any resources, and serial killers getting away with it, or at least someone's hurting them, and someone's got to do something about it. But the way we've set ourselves up here, at least in California, oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting mad about it. But we don't worry. We don't worry about crimes anymore. Apparently, like there's so much that just gets slid underneath. This stuff builds up. And Gary, gosh dang it, excuse me, Gary. Yes, breast implants do have serial numbers, and I actually let me see. Here we go. There you are, everyone. If you can see that, that is a breast implant and where the serial number would go. Right, you can kind of see the numbers. Again, it's silicone. It's directly in the center of it. I don't know if I can get a better image than that. I don't think we need a better image than that. But
I do remember seeing a I Survived episode, and the woman got shot. Like, I think it was like a bank robbery on the chest, and she survived because of her implants.
Oh man, there was one. I remember one that was a fishing accident, where a swordfish impaled a woman in the chest.
Yeah.
And it stabbed her implant into her chest, basically. And that was just enough to keep it from hitting her lung or going up so it didn't hit her. Somehow it helped enough where she did not die because of that situation. And that's amazing. It's really a miracle.
The government should give breast implants to everyone so we can be safe.
I'm trying to get rid of myself a little bit in that situation, so I don't want to go into that too much.
Everyone.
I think I would. No, I'm good. I'll wear a Kevlar vest instead or something. I think that'll look better. I'll wear like a nice one, like it looks like an Argyle sweater or something, so it looks, professional. Boom.
But what if they get you when you're sleeping?
Well, if I'm asleep, then I'm not gonna care. I'm already tired. I'm like, oh, just let me go.
That is true. That'd be very peaceful.
I'd rather, if someone's gonna murder me, if you're out there, if you're one of the 300 serial killers running around, if you're gonna murder me, please wait till I'm asleep, or at least after a really good meal. Yeah, sorry, those are my things. Oh my God, where are we?
Implants. Because when I heard that, because he was so smart. Like I told you, he had such a big head. He thought he was so smart getting rid of the teeth, the fingers. Like, oh, no ID. And when I first heard it, they said they found a brunette, and I actually thought he dyed her hair, but she already had it dyed from pictures from before.
Oh, okay. So that wasn't.
At first, I thought that.
Okay, I was like, that's insane that he would go that far. But if you're gonna pull someone's teeth out,
he pulled off the teeth, and I think they said like the way he did it, it was so violent.
Yeah, I like you said, like the removal of the fingers is what gets me though, because like the teeth, for some reason, people get teeth pulled all the time. Like if it's bad or something.
I think because I got my wisdom teeth removed and I remember how bad it was, I think it's worse. It's like it's so complicated.
That is a very good point. Yeah, and there's so many nerve endings, and it's literally like.
I mean, she was dead, but I remember it was such a hard thing. But the hand, like, it's pretty easy, just
Yeah, I remember hearing. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't think it is. Again, one of those maybe things that it takes the same amount of force to bite your finger off that it would to bite into a large carrot. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
I don't know if that's true. I'm not going to test it anytime soon. So
I mean, if somebody's attacking me, I'm gonna remember that.
Like, time to test this out. Bam.
Yeah, I mean, you have to use whatever you can. Like, they're not gonna have mercy on you. You have to fight the same way.
It's true. Do whatever you have to. Yeah, there's no reason to be nice about it if they're trying to hurt you.
No, because it's not like an accident or something. Like, that person wants to hurt you, or you don't know what intentions they have. So you might as well try everything.
Go ahead, throw everything at them. Whatever you have to do.
And
your keys, your fingers, whatever.
One tip I heard, like, for self-defense is don't ever let them take you to the second location.
Yeah. 100%
like, always try your best, fight like hell, but don't let them take you to the second location.
There's no good intentions if they're trying to take you somewhere. It's never going to be a good thing. They're not taking you bowling, all right? It's not going to be good. I'm from New York. Do you remember the Hillside Stranglers? Yeah, Kenneth Bianchi or Angelo Bone. I don't remember which one was from New York that moved here, but they both were technically. And then he came to live with his uncle. Really messed up story, because around that exact same time, there was also, oh God, what was his name? I just listened to about him. The killer who was also on the dating game. I forget his name. But he was active. They were active around the same time here in California. So very brutal.
The dating one sounds familiar.
Yeah, we covered him not too long ago, and I cannot remember his name right now. It's not like the most common name. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Yeah.
Dating game. Yeah, dating game killer is the first thing. Oh yeah, Rodney Alcala. Or Alcala, depending on how you like to pronounce that. But that's another one we have to redo, because we didn't even touch on how horrible what he did was that we know of, and how much more they are expecting or suspect of him that he gets done. It is like we covered the surface, and there is about 10 layers underneath it that are just brutal. Oof. Let's go into a lighter one. Let's get back to Jenkins here, because at least the end of this one, I'm happy.
This one, I don't think it's so light, but I mean, it's horrible.
It's definitely not. He didn't position several women. It's just. Oof.
I think what really freaked me out is like how he treated women, just like something. He always wanted a trophy wife.
Yeah.
Like, they were just interchangeable. Like, it could have been Megan. It could have been whichever hot blonde. He didn't see them people.
I get having your preferences, but that's not preference. That's like literally trying to pick out a shirt. That's not the same.
Yeah, that's not a preference. That's objectifying?
Yeah.
Because they don't see
I think there needs
people.
to be a harsher word. It's worse than that even, I think, because it's not I don't know what to call it. I feel like it's worse. It's even worse. Excuse me.
No worries.
There we go. Oh, sorry about that. Oh.
Do you take NAC? It's a supplement. It's really good. It's for your lungs and your liver.
No, I've never even heard of it.
I take it every day, and if I go out drinking, I'll have 2 the next day to clean out my liver.
It's just called NAC? Oh, I see. Okay, I see this.
NAC?
NAC, yeah.
Yeah.
I can try it. Yeah, all right. I can try that out. Yeah, this cough is not going away. It's annoying, but I will look into it. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's because we all have our vices, right? Like, I love sugar.
I am trying to cut back on some of my vices because they are too many to name at the moment. It's time to clean up the act for the new year. But for the most part, like the drinking, just gonna cut that out. Even though I don't do it that often, but I think like those times that you do, it's like I could just put that into other effort, you know?
Well, on New Year's Eve, all I had was a glass of champagne because I had my dog with me at the party. So, like, I felt I had to take care of her. So, like, she's a good influence on me. It's like I'm falling on the floor and she's taking care of me all drunk.
Just biting onto your collar, trying to drag you home. Like, oh, I can't get an Uber. I can't dial the phone. Oh, poor dog. Oh, man. No, I had a few drinks on New Year's, but, nothing crazy. Like, honestly, it was quiet.
You're not getting Jersey Shore drunk.
No,
those are fun.
No.
Those are fun nights, but not like every week. I can't do that.
No, that's like I plan those out months in advance. Like, okay.
Yeah, I think that's like twice a year for me where I get blackout drunk.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna plan out next time. I'm gonna be in Arizona or we're gonna meet somewhere else. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna save one of my drunken moments.
No. I don't want people to see me drunk. I only save it for people who already experienced me drunk because they know.
They got grandfathered in. It's like a secret club, You already have to be there to be there.
It's like they already seen it. They know.
Oh my gosh.
I can't make a fool out of myself out of other people. Like, you have to be in that club.
That's that's fair. I kind of get that.
Because I don't remember. And my friend will take video and she'll show me what happened.
That's a good friend.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful and horrible.
Yeah. Last sidebar on this one. I also will do that to myself though. Mm-hmm. When I get drunk to where I'm barely like remembering things or where I know I'm gonna stop, I take a picture in the bathroom, and it's always a random bathroom that I don't recognize the next day. And then apparently I like to just wander off into the night, just wherever I go.
Oh no.
So there's been many times they have to like hunt me down. Like we were in Vegas one time and I apparently started walking barefoot towards the Luxor from where we were at was like close to the airport.
You were that drunk?
And a half. Well, it was a whole situation. There was a very pretty lady there.
She bought me drinks.
She was more the hippie variety, if that makes sense. And I don't, and I never have experimented with anything in that situation. Mm-hmm. But I think she gave me something, and that was not my favorite night. Let's put it that way.
Wait, are you talking about weed? I'm
talking about acid. I'm pretty sure she gave me a little tab of something or another. And the next thing I know, I am walking.
Don't ever accept things from strangers. That's dangerous.
I was 18, and it was not a good situation.
Mm-hmm.
Very bad idea.
Anything. I don't even accept drinks from strangers, except that one time on my birthday. But
that's different. That's a birthday situation. It's hopefully
just
safer.
My birthday.
I understand that.
I never accept drinks from strangers. I don't know. I don't trust people, especially with all the true crime.
It's true.
And then even I'm sorry, what?
I'm in the safest demographic though, okay? Like I'm like the least likely to be abducted group of people out there. So
No, don't say that. You never know.
call? If I end up on the news one of these days, I will be very upset about that. Like, oh
No,
idiot.
what was the safety tip I gave you?
What do you call it? Take whatever they give me?
No.
Go with them to any second location?
No.
Don't tell anyone where I'm going?
Follow the hot girl who's giving me acid?
Just follow her down that alleyway, and like it's totally cool. No, it's a bad idea. Never again. Never, ever,
At least
ever
you
again.
learned. You learned.
Oh,
That's why I think I learned too that I know I can get blackout drunk, so I only do it with people who I know are going to take care of me. Like there's a certain kind of trust.
Very smart. Hey, Richard, how you doing, by the way, brother? Good to see you. Can you start the show over? I'm absolutely on it.
Oh no.
We'll start over right now. Real quick. How do we do this? Ryan Jenkins was a reality TV star who ended up losing on I Want to Marry a Millionaire, or Megan Wants a Millionaire.
Yes.
Him and Megan actually had a connection, but it wasn't really a connection because he's actually a sociopath who ended up marrying a Las Vegas coordinator named Jasmine Fiore.
4 days later, by the way. Well,
3 days later,
he's telling Megan he's in love with her and can see a future with her.
That's just scumbag territory right there.
Yeah, I'm like, she is blessed because like all the things she dodged from that guy, like the hitting and everything, I'm like, wow, she's protected. And at the beginning, I imagine it was like a really shitty feeling to think like, oh, why did he do that? Like, how did he find his soulmate when he said he was in love with me? But she was protected. And she said that he also believed in signs, that he said that he and Jasmine had the same birthday. Which for me, that wouldn't be a sign because I would want to have my own day. I wouldn't want to share it. Ew.
Yeah, I feel like, honestly,
I feel like it's a bad sign.
Marlene, when is your birthday again? I want to make sure I remember it.
The 9th.
The 9th?
Of October.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah. I want to make sure.
Breath.
Nice. See, that works.
I'm a Scorpio moon in Cancer rising.
So I would never find you another October 9th. You know, like, oh, this dude's birthday is the same. Nope.
No, I think it is a sign, but not a good sign, a bad sign, because like who wants to share a birthday?
No, I think that's weird. Yeah, I think it's
like he got it half right because he was like, I found the love of my life, and it was a sign that we both had the same birthday. Because like, you know, when you put your phone number on somebody's phone, like the contact list, she put hers and she put her birthday, and like when he saw it.
She just wanted presents. No, forget that. Never mind. I don't feel bad for her now.
She was used to a good life. The last boyfriend she had a private jet. So I think it really played on Ryan's psychology of losing. He got like the rebound, like the copy of Megan, because obviously Megan was the bigger star. She had a better, like, she was a bigger star than Jasmine. So
she had more status. Yeah.
She had more status. And to lose with her and then get like a replacement Megan, like just a little lower, and then for her to leave him, I think it really, for another millionaire, I think it really played a role, like on his jealousy and his ego.
I think you're right. I think that's a lot to do with it. He couldn't handle himself, and instead of being able to either walk away from it or try to work it out or anything, he got even in a very horrible way. In his mind, he's like, this is either you're with me or you're nothing. And that's what he did.
But the thing is, he started cheating. And I think Jasmine started to do the same thing. And not only that, he did not live up to the expectation, because I think she was, because he wanted like a trophy wife and she was so beautiful and she still kept working, you know.
Oh, sorry, Gary, real quick. Because of the time difference to Arizona to California. Oh my gosh, I know where I'm at. There is a bit of a time difference right now because we didn't want to go on at 8 o'clock Arizona time and 7 o'clock here, because then Lex, who is back, Lex is back. She's just doing some family stuff right now. She would be going on at like 9 o'clock her time. So right now we're literally going on at 6 o'clock California, 7 o'clock Arizona, 8 o'clock Texas. So
yeah, we're different time zones. I think I'm in the middle. I'm like the neutral.
It's the it's that designated zone right there. But it's perfect because it works.
Because if I went at your time 6, it would be, I don't know, I'm confused. But like I think my time is like the safe zone for everyone. But I forgot the time difference and you, because when you said like 6 p.m. at my time, I got confused. I was like, wait, what? Wait, are we going on at 6? Because I'm in Oro Valley. I'm really far.
Find these numbers, compute all this. But no, yeah,
I'm like, I can't. That's why I want to be on Megan Wants a Millionaire. Like, just give me money.
No.
And she had a little dog too, and like part of the show was like the people would buy her presents and for her dog as well.
Okay.
So like, I suggest, well, we already talked about it, but if we ever bring it up again, watch the TV show, because he was cocky and he was so different with Megan. Like, you saw the difference.
Yeah.
Like a sociopath.
He's very slimy. I mean, he was a jackass of a guy, but in that kind of like frat boy way that some girls really like. Mm-hmm. So it was like, maybe that's what she wanted.
No. He wasn't a frat boy kind, because like some frat boys are not. Like, I'm more scared of the nice guys. Do you know what I mean? Like, me personally, I'd rather date a frat boy than a nice guy, because I think those have been my worst experiences. Because they have that hidden agenda. Like, I don't know, it's just weird. And they think they're being nice to you. Like, they should have a compensation. Like, I don't know. I don't want to date nice guys.
Yeah, see, that's all the differences. Like, people have different preferences.
Yeah.
Gary, that's with me. You're on my time schedule. We're together, brother. It's 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I was like really confused with the time, but we got it.
It's so weird.
I know it's gonna be more confusing when Lex is on next Tuesday, but we'll make it work, I think.
Oh yeah, no, it's no problem. It will happen, guys. Don't worry. 6 o'clock my time, 7 o'clock Marlene's time.
And I was like adamant. I was like, we're still Arizona, okay? We're not changing it.
I agree.
Or
I agree. I like.
We're still Arizona.
All right, we're over our hour, so let's get to the final.
Let's get to it real quick. I'm sorry, we tangent, but this story had so many things, and like just being part of the reality, like we had to explain why, like how the reality show played a big part in his life.
Yeah. And it just goes to show how this one situation that really shouldn't have to involve everybody did affect everyone else.
Television from then on.
No, it's true. It really is. Let's get an hour-long recap, of course. Yes, thank you, Richard. But he did end up killing Jasmine, and he ended up going on the run. Like you said, he had a few days head start.
He had a 3-day start because he thought he was so smart taking off the teeth and the fingers, but he forgot about the implants, and they found out who she was because of it. Yeah,
and not only that though, they ended up tracking him down in British Columbia, Canada, and apparently there was another blonde woman with him.
It was his half sister.
Okay, so it was, because I heard something like that.
Yeah, it was the stepsister that helped him out. And I don't even know if she got charged, because like if she didn't know, I can't blame her, because like it's your stepsister who calls you like, hey. And he also had a boat, which they thought he was trying to like cross, but he just left it there.
That's crazy. I did not hear about the boat. That was my bad. But this is kind of where it ends though. Like, doesn't he?
He takes some ride.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she only paid $3. She only paid $3. She only paid for 3 nights in cash, and she left. And he stayed there. And like when it was time to check out or something, like a few hours later, they went to the room and they found him. Which I'm like, that is so fucked up. Like, you did all this stuff and then you leave your mess for somebody else to find you.
Yeah, it's just another what's the word I'm looking for? Another another problem for someone else to fix that he doesn't care about what anyone else has to deal with, because he's done. Like he's good, so let them deal with it.
The thing is, like, he was so charismatic that so many people showed up at his funeral. Like, he was a sociopath. Like, so many people still loved him after.
That part blows my mind a little bit. Like, you said, what, like 300 people?
Yeah, or more.
Gosh. I mean, look, what's his name? Oh my gosh, there was a another California-based serial killer who was in the military, and it was only kind of coming out when he died. No, this was in Texas. No, this was the man with the candy. I forget. Gosh dang, what is his name? It's a great book though. But anyway, he's in the military, and when he died, he got his full honor guard at his service because he was in the military, and they hadn't really like completely sussed out all the crimes yet. So he was given, his full honor when he passed away, even though he killed like 40 people.
Oh wow.
What the heck is his name? Richard, help me out. No, it's the man with the candy, not actually Candyman. That guy has a hook for a hand, not that one. Oh my gosh.
I have a question. Do you think the dad would have helped him out again?
Like to get out of this one as like with the earlier crimes?
Yeah, because he had it expunged and everything. Like he called his dad and saying like he couldn't take it anymore being in jail, not prison, because he didn't get sentenced. But the father helped him expunge the record and stuff like that.
I don't know. That's a question like I ask myself all the time with my younger siblings. Like I would probably help them get away with a lot of stuff, like just because I love them, and like sometimes the punishment is not going to fix the crime, especially in our judicial system. Just sometimes it doesn't work out that way. But murder is a whole different thing.
Yeah,
like this isn't getting in a fight with someone at a bar or something, or you stole something that you can return later on. You took someone's life. There is no going back. Like yeah.
Did you hear about? Do you know Shane from The Walking Dead?
Yeah.
John
Bernthal?
Yes. Well, he had a similar story, sort of, where these like men started following him, and they were like rough dogging his dog. And one of the guys, he punched him, and he fell and hit his head, and he wasn't waking up. And the police were like, if he doesn't wake up, you're gonna go to jail for manslaughter. But he did wake up. And it's one of those things where I'm like, well, he was surrounded with a whole bunch of men. Like, what was he going to do?
I mean, it sucks, but those are the situations. Like, if you shoot someone in your own home, sometimes you still get charged with murder, even though they broke into your home kind of situations. It's not right. I don't agree with it.
Or what was that case where it was like the girl who killed her rapist? And I'm like, she was in prison. I forgot her name.
Like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about? I was like, you kind of did us a favor.
It was her human trafficker. Like they had her for like months.
Yeah. I was like, that case drove me crazy. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like she didn't have a choice.
Yeah, it's just I don't even know how to like fathom why she was there in the first place. Like she was trying to get to freedom from being brutalized by this person, and you're gonna blame her? Yeah. No.
I hope she's not in prison anymore.
No, she got out. They let her out. I remember that end of it, but it still was like, what are you doing in the first place? Why would you do this to her?
Yeah, like why? She's the victim here. But the thing with Ryan, like the ending was like they didn't get the family. Jasmine's family didn't get any justice. Like he took the coward's way out.
Yeah. Unfortunately, but yeah, I'm just glad he is dead though, because even some of the ones I mentioned, like Robert or Rodney Alcala, or either the Bianchis or Bono from the Hillside Strangler, like what was it, Invisible Strangers mentioned. A lot of them just live in prison and they don't care. They're like, okay, it's free food, it's free housing, no problems whatsoever, and that's also very aggravating. Like. They just get to continue to live after they took so much from so many people. Well, so both sides are just.
But I did hear like the men who are rapists and stuff like that, like in prison, their life is hell because again, the other inmates will know and they will like fuck them up.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it's the opposite.
I think it's the truth because imagine being in prison and the way they explained it, you have all of this aggression and anger. So who are you going to take it out on?
I gotta find the name of a case though about a guy who went on a mass murder just with his bare hands for the most part in a stick, and this was like in the 80s that he was in prison, and they have a video of him doing blow with a bunch of other inmates, living the time of his life. Like he literally said on camera, if they knew how much fun I was having in here, they would let me out. It's not always bad, and it's very aggravating. It's very aggravating that sometimes it's that, and just or get me all hot, flustered.
Well, no, remember Jamie Kloss, the guy who abducted her? How he was getting beaten up.
Which one was that?
I forgot his name. Jamie Kloss.
Oh my gosh. I can't remember either. But yeah, sometimes it is bad.
I want to believe most of the time, and there's like the exceptions, how you mentioned.
I really hope so, but it seems like most of the time it's just sitting on a bed watching TV, and that's
like it's kind of like you said. I'm glad he's not here, hurting other people.
Yeah. It is better they're in prison than free on the streets doing more horrible things.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's got to be something, you know. There's never enough justice in these situations. There can't be, because of what they've done. There's no way to get enough justice.
Like no matter what happens, like Jasmine isn't gonna come back.
No, yeah, it's 100%. Well, that's a Debbie Downer of it, but we're super over our time now.
I know.
I will not be a vigilante, Richard. That's never gonna happen. Never ever. Would never do that. Just terrible. Yeah, just
Tell me.
We're gonna start. We're gonna start another YouTube channel under a fake pseudonym where we just hurt bad people, and that would be a great channel. No.
Like
Just
Dexter.
leave it to the police, and to hopefully thinking humanity is getting better. Because no matter what we cover, guys, remember, like, it was way worse back in the day. Like, people were allowed to just take you, and that was just a Tuesday, So it is getting better technically.
Yeah, and I think with social media, there's more awareness.
Yeah. There's less chances to hide if you are, a serial killer. You don't have anonymity anymore, which is a double-edged sword, but it's a good thing when you think about, the lives it can save to have the cameras up that we do.
Mm-hmm. I've learned some good tips with true crime stories, and the new one I was listening about was the college students that were murdered.
The 4 in Idaho?
Yeah, I was like, whoa, what? How did that happen? And all with a knife.
Are you free Thursday night? Because we're going to talk about that guy.
I think I am.
If you are, let me know. I'll send you the link too.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, because it's
I'm confused. I'm like, how did that guy become connected with? Is it just random? I think I need to research it.
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna talk about all that because he is connected to one of them in particular, and and there was other people who lived in the house, like they survived that night, and it's just it's a crazy story.
Well, it was 3 stories.
Yeah, they had the basement, the ground floor, and then the top floor, and there were people in the top floor and in the basement, if I remember correctly.
But the thing that makes me my anxiety would never was leaving the door unlocked. I can't do that. I can't.
Never.
I can't. I live in a bad neighborhood.
Call it. It's a habit. I will lock the door on a family member on accident because every time I shut the front door, I lock it. So I feel bad sometimes.
Yeah, it's better. And I wonder if it's a white person thing, where they leave it unlocked. And I'm like, no, I know. You have to lock it.
Even at my grandparents' house growing up, it was a pretty quiet neighborhood. It wasn't the weren't rich or anything. It was a camp. It was made for when the migrant workers came. Everyone got a house, which is really awesome. Homes, literal houses, but nobody left their doors unlocked still, even though everybody knew everybody. It was just a thing.
Even if you know somebody, what if some stranger's just walking by? You don't know that.
Yeah, you never know. Lock the doors. Yeah, see, Richard, lock all doors. Lock the damn windows. Hide your kids. Hide your wives.
Right? I don't even like opening the window. I do, but we have bars on the window. But I don't. I could never leave it open at night.
Yeah, I feel the same way, and there's just something about it. I'm thinking about it all night, and I can't sleep, and it's all right, just shut it. It's fine.
Or I wonder if it's people who watch true crime that they know you shouldn't be that trusting.
Maybe. It might just be the fact that, like, even if you're not paranoid, the fact that you know it all, like know all that information, and just sits there, it just gives you that little extra guard. Yeah. Get a guard bear. There we go. I want something that's gonna maul me. That I have to fight when
I have Daisy. I have Daisy. She's my guard dog. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I'm gonna close the show off on guard dog, one of the
Daisy.
tiniest dogs.
Daisy the guard dog with her little pink dress with bows on it.
You know what? If that was coming at me full speed, I would probably freak out a little bit. I get that, actually. That would be a little scary.
She doesn't even bite. She still kisses in the mouth. Like, she likes to make
Oh,
out.
God. Yeah, I'm running. If I'm trying to break into your house, no, I'm out. No, forget that.
And
this
I hate
dog's
that.
trying
I'm
to touch
like,
me.
Mouth? You're so weird.
I had a Chihuahua who would do that, too. Like, she would, like, nonstop. Like, she would try to lick your mouth. It's like, no, get away, please.
Where did you learn that from? Like,
yeah, what the hell is that?
Like,
all right, no, we got to get out of here. No, Marlene, no, you're doing this. This is on you. All right, we'll let these people go.
Yes.
Just remember that reality TV is really real sometimes. All right, like super
sometimes
real.
reality is worse than the reality.
Oh God, yeah, that's a good T-shirt right there.
Yes.
Oh man. All right, people, we're gonna let you go for now. Please, again, like I said, Thursday, we're going to go into the case of the 4 who were taken in Idaho and the suspect right now. They still don't know for sure, but it's looking really good like it is this guy. We might have a guest host as well. Hopefully Marlene can join as well, but we might have another one, a blonde from back in the day that you all remember or hopefully remember. And it should be a good show. It's going to be a good Thursday. I'm excited. So, Marlene, you want anything you want to let them know before we go?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I like it. Yeah. Happy New Year, people.
Hopefully 2023 will be really good, fun, happy for everyone.
I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a blast. And I hope you guys all have a good one. Have a safe one. Lock all your doors for the New Year's.
Don't get taken to a second location.
And if that hippie kind of girl offers you something, only take it one time. Just one time. That's it. No, I'm just kidding. Don't take it ever.
It's like, get your blowjob from it and then run.
I don't think it's worth it. Don't take the no. Just run. Just run.
I'm joking. Don't listen to me.
All right, people. Oh my God. I'm out of here before she says any more craziness.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
All right.
I can't control this. Goodbye.
I'm glad. I'm actually glad for that. All right. Bye, people.